wanting a chance to be a starting quarterback, Taysom Hill is in no rush to leave New Orleans.
I would love to play with Drew again. And I think having had 3 years behind him, it really has been the best thing for my career. And at the end of the day, like, I look at Drew coming back and, maybe I'm not playing quarterback, which is ultimately where, I want to have an opportunity to play in the NFL. There's still going to be opportunities for me to make plays. I can tell you one of the unique experiences for me that most backup quarterbacks don't get is I'm in the huddle with Drew on game day. And that, to me, is invaluable.
Kind of an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
It's true. Most of them are not in the huddle with Drew Brees.
That's why Greg Olsen chose the Seahawks. I got to be in the huddle with Russell Wilson.
Right, but Greg Olsen's not trying to play the quarterback position.
But he wants to.
Where Taysom is trying to play. Although I will say, Taysom is not an unrestricted free agent this year. Next year, he will be.
I'm so excited for Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know why.
That's a very interesting storyline.
I could not tell you the last time. We could potentially have, think about this. We could have Cam Newton, Teddy Bridgewater, and Derek Carr. Forget Phillip Rivers. Forget Tom Brady. Well, no. I'm going to put Brady down. He's in the market. Brady, Cam, Teddy Bridgewater, Derek Carr. Oh, well, no, they'll sign Dak. They're not going to let go of Dak.
Andy Dalton.
That's not interested. So 4 guys that are at least interesting to me. Brady, Cam, Teddy, and Derek Carr.
Possibly Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
possibly Matt Stafford.
Okay, Matt Stafford's legit. No, Detroit said they wouldn't do it. They don't have the guts to do it. They won't do it. They don't have the guts to do it. They should.
There's going to be a lot of movement.
Why wouldn't you draft Tua, honestly? Draft Tua, sit him behind Stafford for a year so you don't take the cap hit, and in 1 year, then make a choice. You'll have 2 totally tradable assets. Tua's tradable? I mean, if Tua has a great preseason, he's not going to be tradable? Why don't you draft the best asset in the league? You draft Tua and just don't play him. So you tell Matt Stafford, Matt, you had a major injury. We got to draft a quarterback. And then you let it bake for a year. You watch him. I don't understand drafting a corner when you have a franchise quarterback who you can draft and sit like Kansas City did with Mahomes. You take the better asset.
If I'm Washington, I'm taking Tua.
Well, I don't understand it.
I would take a quarterback every draft. Maybe not in the first round, obviously, but I would take a quarterback always because they're draftable assets.
Yeah. You take Jimmy Garoppolo, you groom him, and then you move him 2 years.
And I think Tua will be better served to go a place where they already have a quarterback in place.
I don't think I'm crazy. I don't think it's nuts. I think it's obvious.
But it's the Detroit Lions.
This is about accumulating the best talent.
There is an indescribable loyalty to Matt Stafford in Detroit.
Is Tua a better prospect? Will you be able to get more from Tua or a corner in a year? It's not even close.
I'm with you. I don't have an explanation for it. I don't have the answers. I would, of course, move off Matt Stafford.
Even if you don't move off Matt Stafford.
We say it all the time. Aggressive wins, right?
If I was Detroit, if I ran Detroit, I am leaking the story today. I'm taking Tua. And you know what's going to happen? The Chargers are calling me, the Dolphins are calling me, and they're giving me picks. That at least I'm going to do that. I'm going to go.
That might upset.
I am not worried about upsetting the guy that hasn't won his division in 11 years. You think I'm worried about that?
Somebody's worried about it.
I should run a team. At this point, it's not even debatable.
I thought you were part of the Chargers.
No, God, no.
No? They haven't given you an honorary position?
They text me once a year. That's what I get from them. Nothing.
So Greg Olsen has decided to join the Seahawks in 2020. He agreed to a 1-year deal worth $7 million with $5.5 million guaranteed.
Classy
he also considered Washington and the Bills after his release from the Panthers, had ties in both of those locations, but ultimately chose your hometown of Seattle. Well, not hometown, but home area.
Kind of, yeah.
He had previously worked with Ron Rivera and Sean McDermott in Carolina. They had a lot of issues at tight end last year, the Seahawks. They had Will Dissly, who ruptured his Achilles. Then they had Ed Dixon, who missed most of the last 2 seasons with injuries. And then they have Luke Wilson and Jacob Hollister, who are unrestricted and restricted free agents. I like this move for Seattle. I think that Seattle is a team that is able to put pieces together, can get the most out of veteran situations. Greg Olsen still has some football in him.
Yeah.
And I think he will do great with Russell Wilson. It's a perfect match. This is what you were rooting for. Now, here's the big question that everyone wants to know. Did you text Greg Olsen and tell him to go to Seattle?
Yep.
Did you really?
Let me see. Hold it. Can I do this real quick? I'm going to find
Would you like me to vamp? Okay, so last week when this story came out, Colin got Greg Olsen's number at the Super Bowl, but he doesn't like to harass people.
I don't like to harass. Yeah.
So he didn't want to text him and try and influence his decision. So he said that he thought when the story came out, he was probably going to advise him to go to Seattle.
Okay, hold on. I got to find it. I have it.
Did you not
here.
save it? You can just type in Greg Olsen.
God, you guys are brutal. How come I can't find Greg Olsen? I have his number.
At the top, just scroll down to the top of your text messages, right? All the way to the top.
Okay, I found it right there.
Okay.
Okay, let me just see what I said to him. This is live on American television. Hold on. Yeah, I did.
What did you say?
Am I still a journalist if I acknowledge this? I said no state tax, smart veteran quarterback, Super Bowl head coach, big NFL brand. Okay, I'm done selling. Come to Fox. I basically said I don't want to say what Greg said back to me. I sold him on Seattle. I just said no state tax, veteran quarterback. I'm not going to say what he said in return.
No, you shouldn't.
Because he was very complimentary of Buffalo and Washington. He was a very good experience.
So you influenced this decision. So if Seattle ends up winning the Super Bowl on a Greg Olsen touchdown catch, you're somewhat responsible.
I should get a ring.
You should. I think you should. I'm not being sarcastic. I think you played a role in this.
I hope people in the state of Washington understand my relevance.
You moved the hand of fate.
Media icon.
Finally, Steph Curry only played in 4 games this season before breaking his hand, but is expected to return. And Steve Kerr explained why he thinks it's so important for Steph to get back on the court. He said, I think it's important for Steph and Andrew Wiggins to get to know each other and play together. I think it's important for Steph to play without all the guys we've lost and are not going to be back next year. Steph, in many ways, has depended on those guys. It's important for him to feel the difference. It's been different for us. Steph needs to feel that for himself.
Here. Kyrie Irving, it does matter. Play, meet people. Get along with people. Steph Curry should play.
I think he should play too. I think he's not going to get re-injured. He needs to get back out there on the court, get back into the groove of things, even if it is towards the end of the season, and it doesn't matter.
You and I broadcast for a living. If I can broadcast, I broadcast.
Yeah.
I don't stay home. You broadcast if you can broadcast.
Yeah, no, there is something to it. I think it's important especially for the chemistry moving into next year. If you're gonna, even if they know they're not gonna make the playoffs, getting out there in real time in game scenarios is invaluable.
Steven Jackson said that. Like, you got to play.
Yes.
You got to figure out what guys like and what they don't.
Yep.
Good stuff. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
I am off Friday. It should be noted.
You're off this Friday?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. I'm not. I'll be here.
Listen, I went to the Super Bowl. I've taken 2 days off since the Super Bowl.
Right, you have days off. We have days off.
Skip and Shannon went to the Matterhorn or something. They were gone for like a month.
They're off a week.
Coming up, we'll play a little Would You Rather, where I'd like to see all these quarterbacks end up. It's just from an interesting standpoint. That's coming up. 66% of men are losing their hair by the age of 35 years old. It's sad. It's no way to live. You want hair. I'm here to tell you. 2020, medicine and science can help you do something about it. Grab the new year by the follicles. Hims is the name of the company. Just helps you be the best version of yourself. They have FDA-approved products. Never have to meet a doctor in person, which is always... I like my doctor in Manhattan Beach a lot. Dr. Jean is very nice. But, a lot of doctors, it's uncomfortable, and there's needles and blood everywhere, and I get it. Not here. Dive into 2020 hair first. My listeners, get started first month free. Go to forhims.com/Colin. A prescription requires an online consultation, as I said, with a doctor. They will determine if a prescription is appropriate for you. Offer valid only if prescribed. 3-month minimum subscription. Additional restrictions apply. Go to the website, details, safety info, forhims.com/Colin.